Be Wealthy and Smart, episode 604.
I'm gonna live the rich life, full and best life. So if y'all know what I mean, put your hands up and declare with me. Yeah, I'm full of it. I'm gonna live the good life, beautiful and glorious life.
Step into a world of wealth and financial freedom without budgets, boredom, or bosses on Be Wealthy and Smart. And now, here's your host, Linda P. Jones.
Welcome to Be Wealthy and Smart. I'm Linda P. Jones, America's Wealth Mentor, empowering women and men worldwide to financial freedom. On today's show, we're going to talk about women and wealth and the 7 richest women in the world. This article just came out from Salon Privé magazine, and it talks about the 7 richest women in the world, their net worth, their businesses, and how they made their fortunes. Rather than focus on all of that, what I want to do is do a quick run through of these 7 women and talk about wealth and women and you, because it does affect you, not these 7 women per se, but wealth in your life does affect you a lot more than is being talked about out there. So I really want to turn this conversation more toward you. But first, I do want to acknowledge these 7 wealthiest women in the world. Number 1 is Francoise Bettencourt Myers, who is worth $50.7 billion. She's the heiress to L'Oreal Cosmetics. And after her mother passed in 2017, she acquired her mother's 33% stake in the company. She also runs their family foundation. Second is Alice Walton of Walmart fame. Her father was Sam Walton. She owns 6 million shares in the Walmart brand and has a net worth of $48 billion. She's also a well-known and well-respected philanthropist. Number 3 is Mackenzie Bezos. Of course, recently divorced from Amazon founder Jeff Bezos after 25 years. She was initially an employee of Amazon, which is where the two met and fell in love. She was awarded a 4% stake in Amazon after their divorce, and she's worth $38 billion. Jacqueline Mars is number 4, the daughter of Ruth and Forrest Mars, and granddaughter of Frank C. Mars, the founders of American candy company Mars Incorporated. She joined Mars in 1982 and served as Food Product Group president until her retirement in 2001. Her net worth is estimated to be $23 billion. Number 5 is Laurene Powell Jobs, widow of Steve Jobs. She inherited $20 billion in Apple shares after Steve's passing. She also founded a natural foods company known as Terravera. Number 6 is Yang Huiwan, China's richest woman and the richest woman in Asia. She inherited her wealth from her father in 2007 through a 57% stake of the property conglomerate Country Garden Holdings. She took her stake and turned it into one of the biggest property developers today. She has a personal fortune of $21 billion and is only 37 years old. Number 7 is Suzanne Clatton, daughter of Herbert and Joanna Quandt. She is the richest woman in Germany and the 52nd richest person in the world. Following her father's death, she inherited a 50% stake in the pharmaceutical and chemicals manufacturer Altana, as well as a 12.5% stake in BMW. Her current net worth is $18.8 billion. So there you have the top 7 richest women in the world. There's a few points here that apply to you too. And one of the most obvious is that more and more women are outliving men, whether it's their father or their husband. The women are inheriting the money and outliving oftentimes their husbands. While I would love to see more women being the founders of these companies and building these fortunes, that's difficult to do because many women choose to opt out of the workforce in order to raise their kids. But an interesting trend is starting to emerge, and that's more and more women starting businesses from home because they can do that with the internet. So a lot of moms are choosing to stay home, start a business from home. And in fact, someone I know just made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies because she did just that. She started a coaching business, worked from home, and grew her company over 3,000% in 3 years with revenues of $3.9 million. Great job. I think we're going to see more of that as women find a way to do both without having to go to corporate and without having to leave the family. So we'll follow that exciting trend and see if that doesn't make an impact in the world's wealth in the future. But what we are seeing is more and more women are controlling the wealth. Whether it's internationally or in the United States, the trend is the same. In my Wealth Heiress book, I chronicled women who actually started their own businesses and became wealthy through completely 100% their own means. And I truly believe that in each one of you is a wealth heiress waiting to be discovered. There is that smart, confident, successful, and wealthy woman already inside of you that is yet to be fully discovered. That's what I mean when I talk about a wealth heiress. I'm not talking about the 7 women that are the richest in the world. I'm not talking about the women billionaires. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about every woman who has that ability within her yet to be discovered. Because it's been proven that women are phenomenal investors, and those very same skills that make you great at doing a lot of things that you do in everyday life are also great in the investing world. So they are used to your advantage. And I know we have a lot of listeners that are the investors in the household and that do a great job at it. Some of you need some more encouragement. So I'm here to encourage those of you who aren't working hard at it and those of you who are working hard at it. And also to encourage the men listening too, because whether you're married or not, you have women in your life who are friends, relatives, spouses, sisters, mothers. All of the women around you also are dealing with some of the issues that we're going to talk about today. Whether a woman inherited the money or whether she built the business herself doesn't take away from the importance of this trend. The importance is that more wealth is in the control of more women, and that is a trend that's here to stay. There's a lot of good that can be done with this money, whether it's through philanthropy or whether it's through being an angel investor and funding other businesses, whether it's providing jobs for people, helping the economy grow, supporting certain important sectors. Having wealth means that you can make decisions that can shape the future. And so this is not to be underestimated how important this is. For example, Mackenzie Bezos has already pledged that 50% of her wealth will be left to charity when she dies. And that is part of the Billionaires Pledge that many, many billionaires have made, both men and women, have made a pledge that they will leave at least half of their wealth to charity when they die. That is going to have a huge, profound effect on many charities because a lot of charities have been really underfunded for a long time. So imagine having billions of dollars flow into certain charities in the future and what a difference that will be in the work that they're able to do. But one thing really sticks out to me, and that is the statistic that 70% of women leave their financial advisor within 1 year of their husband's passing. That's a huge statistic, and it tells me there's a disconnect between the financial advisor and the spouse, the wife, before the husband passes, most likely. To me, it says maybe there was a relationship with the husband and the financial advisor more than with the wife and the financial advisor, when it should be a very good relationship between both in the couple. Even if one talks to them more than the other, I've heard a lot of stories about the women feeling not listened to, not respected, talked down to, even if they're the main breadwinner. So I would encourage you to build a good relationship with a financial advisor while your spouse is alive. Both partners should feel very comfortable working with the family financial advisor. And if that's not the case, don't wait until a spouse dies or a partner dies. Go and make that change while you're both still here. it's important because you're going to lean on that person a lot after a spouse or partner dies. So it's very important that you have that comfort level with them. You don't want to be out there looking for a new person right when you're at your most vulnerable and grieving and trying to make financial decisions with a whole completely new financial advisor. Which brings me to some suggestions that I have for you. Number one is find a financial advisor that respects you both, or that respects you if you're not married or in a committed relationship. Find one that respects you, that you're comfortable with, that you're not going to have to replace should something happen to your partner or spouse. Number two, take an interest now to get educated whether or not you're the main breadwinner, because chances are the women are going to be the ones that outlive their spouse or partner, and you want to be getting educated now so that you can make some good decisions. In my Wealth Heiress book, I told the story about how after my husband passed away suddenly, I had to work to do the estate tax returns and handle the estate as the executor. And it was a good thing that I had a lot of years of experience in investments and was a certified financial planner and actually knew how to calculate estate taxes, because I actually caught this very seasoned tax attorney who was just about to retire after a successful career making a mistake on my estate tax return that would have cost me $50,000 in taxes. Fortunately, I was able to catch the mistake, bring it to the attention of my accountant, who confirmed I was correct, and then bring it to his attention so that I didn't have to pay that error that he made in calculating the taxes. I'm not suggesting you have to become a certified financial planner yourself, but I am suggesting this is the kind of thing that can happen. You don't necessarily have to be taken advantage of on purpose. People make mistakes, and you can catch those mistakes the more financially savvy you are. With everything you're learning here on the podcast in 10 or 15-minute increments, hopefully your education level is picking up and you're getting more comfortable with financial topics if you weren't before. And for those of you who always were comfortable, hopefully you're learning some things too. Number three, tackle one thing at a time. Try not to get overwhelmed, because I know that that's really easy to do with financial matters. There's so much you could learn. But you only need to learn what's really important. You don't need to learn everything. And that's why I try to share with you just what's important. Rather than trying to teach you every single little thing, as your mentor, I try to pick what is important for you to learn. What are the main pieces you need to know? What are the real essential parts of getting financial freedom and understanding how to get out of debt and how to have a wealthy mindset? All of these things that we talk about on the podcast are the things that I think are super essential for you to know. Not trying to teach you every single thing you need to know, but what's really important for you to need to know. Number four, I recommend that you read my Wealth Heiress book, because it's easy, it's practical, and it tells you exactly what you need to do. A lot of people tell me they are underlining it, highlighting it. They really are using it as a guide to refer back to. And I think you should have this in your financial library to refer back to and to carry you forward, so that as your financial situation changes, you have the next step available to you to know exactly what to do. And number five, if you're ready to step it up a level and really get going with your investments, to really understand them, get more comfortable with them, learn what's really going on, fill out that application about the VIP experience, and let's talk and see if it's a good fit for both of us. One thing is certain, and that is this trend of women having more wealth is here to stay. So it's more important than ever that women are comfortable handling wealth, that they understand it, that they're financially literate, and really comfortable making decisions, because you can delegate things to an advisor or to your experts, but you still have to have a base of knowledge to really understand some of the decisions that are being made. Otherwise, if you're completely removed from all of that, people are making decisions that maybe if you understood, you really wouldn't want them to make. So financial literacy is so important, and that's what I'm all about. An easy way to get started is checking out all 604 of my podcasts at my website, lindapjones.com/podcasts, podcasts. And you can get all of them. You can start at the very beginning with the 6 Steps to Wealth. There is a full library of wealth mentorship here on my website. And most of this is evergreen so that it is topical for you to be able to search and learn about and doesn't get dated. Just take the search box in the upper right-hand corner on that page and type in whatever topic you're interested in learning about first and start there. And be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you're updated as soon as new episodes are available 3 times a week. And don't forget, we have our Summer Sizzle contest going. 5 people can win wealth mentoring sessions with me. 10 people will win the Wealth Heiress book, named one of the best wealth books of all time by bookauthority.org. And 10 people will win my Wealthy Mindset Blueprint audio set valued at $197. All you need to do is write a podcast review on iTunes or Stitcher.com if you are an Android user, and your name will go in the drawing 1 time. Leave a book review for the Wealth Heiress book, and your name will go in the drawing 2 times. The winners will be announced on the August 30th podcast. That's all for today. Until next time, live the good life and be wealthy and smart.
Thank you for listening to Be Wealthy and Smart with Linda P. Jones. Share the wealth and tell your family and friends about the show. Check out our website, blog, and social media for more riches at www.bewealthyandsmart.com.